Have you ever had the deep longing to travel and explore new cultures, places, and people, but you're not able to jet off just yet? Well, you're just in luck. I'm here to provide audio experiences that take you on imaginative journeys across the world, exploring all kinds of new places, both near and far. Welcome to Pieces of Travel. I'm your creator, Marisha, a travel and music aficionado, if you will. Each episode, we'll be traveling to a new destination through storytelling and tunes based on local music culture. My biggest wish is to make travel accessible for all and trigger curiosity, expand mindsets to consider new cultures, inspire travel, and learn something with me along the way. Buckle up and hang tight because we're ready for takeoff. Hello and welcome back. I'm so happy you're here to join me for yet another adventure. Let's get right into it and take a little trip over to probably the most visited place on Earth. Any guesses? That's right, my friends. I'm taking you to, drumroll please, Disneyland! This episode's playlist was created using inspiration from what was heard inside the park throughout our visit to get that little imagination wandering and making you feel like you're right back there, enjoying all the sounds and joy that comes along with it. And for some news here, first, if you haven't heard yet, my podcast is now available on Spotify, Apple, Google, and Stitcher. Yes, that's 4 platforms, y'all. In addition to that, my playlists have changed, and I'm no longer including the music into the podcast. However, I've created a separate page on Spotify just for the music, cueing all my music fans, which are only available on Spotify as well. You can find and follow, and please follow me, the page by searching Pieces of Travel Podcast Playlist in the Spotify search bar. I do believe also that now, if you have a free Spotify account, you will be able to hear the entire song. If you enjoy this podcast, please do me a favor and both rate, subscribe to the show wherever you listen. To supplement the podcast and music, you can also follow the pod's Instagram or TikTok accounts at Pieces of Travel Podcast for behind-the-scenes content. I hope you enjoyed this little mini-sode. The anticipation of knowing the secret keeps you screaming inside as you roll blindfolded on 4 wheels toward the destination. So many times the surprise has almost been revealed. You have a hunch, but vague answers the past few days keep you on your toes. Voices of loved ones surround your thoughts. You listen carefully for any clue, and luckily enough, a mention of something distinct enough confirms your hunch just minutes away from the entrance. Shortly after silence fills the space for a moment too long, you can't help but chuckle and shout, "We're going to Disneyland!" Deemed the most magical place on Earth, and for good reason, Disney parks are a destination on almost everyone's wish list, all ages, young and old. Walking from the parking structure to the gate entrance, seeing the crowd of people filter in alongside you while spotting the intimidating entrance line, you can't help but almost instantly feel like a kid. Excitement emitting from your eyes and mouth. It feels so surreal that you finally arrived. Once past the gate and taking a moment to get situated, it's time to make a game plan for the day. You know, a long day full of thrills, walking, world-famous turkey legs and pineapple Dole Whip, and lots of standing lies ahead. You decide to start off with a bang, going straight to wait 45 minutes for one of the most popular rides in the iconic main park. Space Mountain. The line is a bit long, but Disneyland is known for crazy wait times, and you quickly realize it was much worth waiting for, and the roller coaster lives up to all the hype. Time to explore the park and get a schedule down for the day, leaving time to grab a bite. It's still early, and the energy buzzing through the park remains high. Star Wars World is the newest addition, and everyone agrees to go check it out. As you approach the entrance, immediately you spot all the texture and intricately planned details throughout every piece. The hues of brown fabrics, tan rocks with desert-aged texture, carved gray stone, and hanging metal lanterns and worn exterior paint that look incredibly real. The Millennium Falcon towers over you as you walk to do a quick smuggler's run while stormtroopers run amok. After attempting to smuggle, a quick pit stop at Oga's Cantina is much needed for a midday delicious beverage like the Outer Rim, healthy snacks, and great tunes. But don't stay too long. After a few more rides and those famous bites, California Adventure is up next. Crossing over a little later than anticipated, you hope to get in as many rides as possible before closing time. Riding a few coasters makes you feel like you're ahead compared to the other park, and seeing the 80-minute wait for Radiator Springs Racers and Cars Land is a no-brainer for one of the most popular rides, so you run over to grab a spot in line. Unfortunately, not all endings are fairy tales, and somehow that 80-minute wait turned into 2.5 hours. Was it worth waiting that long at the end of the day? Not a chance. Once you hop off the ride, you realize the park is closing for the night. Staying for the fireworks at Disneyland is considered, but the re-entrance lines are crazier than when you arrived. Tired from the mental, physical, and emotional beating, it's time to grab some classic In-N-Out, head home, and get some much-needed rest. This podcast is a reflection of my personal journey and experiences that in no way should solely limit and define a location.